How do you fix a quiet podcast audio export? Imagine finishing your podcast, hitting export, and then hearing your final file sounds much quieter than you expected. That can be frustrating, but don't worry. There are simple steps to fix this issue and make your audio loud and clear. First, check your audio levels during the mixing process. You want your average loudness to be around -18 to -15 loudness units relative to full scale. This range helps your podcast sound consistent across different platforms. Make sure your peaks do not go above -6 decibels. Going over this can cause distortion and make your audio sound harsh. Next, review your export settings carefully. Some software automatically applies normalization or gain adjustments that might reduce your volume. For example, in programs like GarageBand, certain export options can lower your final sound. Turn off any normalization features or volume limiters that could be reducing your audio. Always export at a high quality with a bit depth of 16 bits and a sample rate of 48,000 samples per second. This preserves your audio quality and prevents unintended volume loss. If your audio sounds fine inside your editing software but is quiet after exporting, try importing the exported file back into your program. Compare it to your original mix. If it's quieter, then the problem is likely in your export settings. To fix this, use normalization or compression during your editing process. Compression reduces the difference between loud and quiet parts, making the overall volume more even. Normalization boosts the entire file to a target loudness level without clipping. Also, check for phase issues, especially if your podcast uses stereo tracks. Out-of-phase audio can cause some parts to sound quieter or hollow. Play your exported file on different devices and media players. Some players might apply their own volume adjustments or handle formats differently, affecting perceived loudness. If you use editing tools like Audacity, apply loudness normalization before exporting. Export in formats like 16-bit WAV or high bitrate MP3 to keep your quality high. When exporting from video editors like Adobe Premiere Pro, make sure your audio tracks are not muted or lowered in the timeline. Double-check your export audio codec settings to avoid any volume drops. A good workflow involves mixing your podcast with proper gain staging. Keep your peaks below -6 decibels and your average loudness around -18 LUFS. Use light compression and a limiter to prevent clipping. Before exporting, listen to your final mix and confirm the levels are where they should be. When you export, choose settings that keep your audio quality intact and do not reduce volume unnecessarily. Finally, test your exported file on multiple devices and media players. If it still sounds too quiet, go back and adjust your mix or export settings. Repeating this process helps you find the right balance. Following these steps will ensure your podcast sounds professional and loud enough on all platforms.